Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I was just listening and I hear that Donald Trump has gone over to South Africa and got him over 60 some people. That he brought South Africans. They're supposed to be going through some of the major problems that other people in other countries go through. And so they really aren't. The truth of the matter is, Donald Trump has been sending black folks out of this country because he can't stand them. And white folks, even in South Africa, I believe there are things that's really tough for white people everywhere, but not like it is for blacks. So Donald Trump gonna go over there in South Africa with Musk, and I'm sure beyond a shadow of doubt, based upon their character that they have displayed here in America, you don't know what he probably got a bunch of soldiers that he's bringing over here to do them just like he did this other little group that they're gonna send through our system and destroy it. All the stuff that's set up. Now he's bringing these here people in. Wonder where he's going to scatter them at and what their responsibilities will be. I mean, if they were going through problems, real problems, and they were desperate and they were trying to get out of South Africa and they ended up getting some help over here, that's one thing. But when you go finding them, bringing them in, but you had to get rid of the rest because you can't afford it. These people didn't ask for asylum or whatever they're over here for. That's all made up. But be that as it may, because I can say that, and you know what you gonna say. You gonna say I'm lying. You know, just like America is saying that Donald Trump is lying. Only thing about it, he has a reputation. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen. If I could hear and reach this message to every poor person, all the people that's running from the violence and stuff, the persecution that they're experiencing where they are at, if I could just reach those people, if I could reach those people who don't have a life, if I could just get them, and I'm not trying to lead you, ladies and gentlemen, I just think I want to talk to you because I believe you can hear the truth quicker than the rest of these folks. Because I found out if you got 25 cents, you think you are a heaven above person who's living without anything. So this is what the world is dealing with. But the point is, we got to stop this stuff. Madoff, I think I got that name right. That Ponzi scheme thing a few years ago, it was amazing, wasn't it? You see what that guy did? Did you believe he was bold enough to pull that off like that? He was as bold as it was January the 6th when those guys came into the Capitol. Hmm. Yes, yes. So those guys, I saw a article the other day about the guys the Proud Boys, or one of those groups, who was upset. They say they upset with the country for putting them in jail. They're not upset with you, ladies and gentlemen, for putting them in jail. They knew darn well they were going to jail. They knew they knew they were going to jail. They were going to either kick the nation's ass or they were going to jail. They knew it. So now what they're trying to do is just play into Donald Trump. See, in Donald Trump's mind, he already got this thing set up. He's working that group, all of those guys, the liars. Some people might call them the filth of the earth. The filth, not the fifth, but the filth of the earth. They got their little thing together. And what they are doing is want to take over. See, they are willing to kill you. And they think it's right. You're willing to defend yourself, many of you, but some of you won't even try. And some of you won't even complain. Some of you so close to God and so filled up with this hell hole down here till you begging somebody to kill you. You just begging. You don't want to wait around there no what? All forever. Talking about living forever. scared, just want to be around, can't take no chance. Lord, thank you for one more day. Can't move, but Lord, thank you for one more day. Knowing if you knew God, if you knew God, I ain't talking about heard about God. I'm not talking about you went to church, grew up in church, you heard the message, but Lord have mercy. I mean, when you die, and if they cremate you, does the fire really burn? You don't know. So you don't really know. You see, you have to go beyond that if you want to have that peace. Look what I'm gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna explain that to you. I know what I'm talking about, and I can talk to you about it for hours, but I'm not gonna talk to you about it unless you ask me. If you want to know how you can be living in hell and still have the joy of life, ask me. I'll share that with you. I'll share with you how you can go to prison and be the happiest man there or woman there. I can share that with you if you ask me. And why can I do that? Been through it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just thinking that Trump brought these people over here from South Africa. Like I said, he might be just bringing him some to attach them to his additional army he got here. And when you think about all of these other nations that got these dictators and didn't have them at one point, they were just as against dictators as we have said we are. But those guys started dictating, and for some strange reason, they ended up taking, and the people gave in. And we have spent our whole lives talking about how bad that is, how blessed we've been to avoid that only at this late date for our time to have come around. And you know who's doing it? Do you know who's doing it? The same people that took the natives' land, the same people that were killing folks, turning them into slaves, the same people that were just bombing, destroying to have their way. They are the ones that's doing that to America. Now, I want you all to understand that these guys are the one that's carrying it to the hill. But America, all of America, helped create this monster. And all of America will pay. There will not be no dictator in America like dictators in Russia, dictating. There will not be that. Not in America. Why? Because God lives here in America. How do I know God lives here in America? Because there are those here in America who believes in peace and prosperity and freedom and joy and happiness and living their dreams. There are those here in America that believes in their needs, their wants, and their desires being met. There are those in America who believe that we don't have to suffer if we are bold enough to put our elected in the real socket, and that's God. Now, I know that don't make any sense to you. I'm saying stuff, and this is what's going to happen. Those people who will not take it will not take it. I don't care what happens. They are not going to take it. Those who will stand up and fuss, you're going to stand up and fuss. Those who will take it, unless you got enough of them not going to take it, that the ones who will can ride on the backs of those who won't. But anyway, all my concern is the righteous way, the divine way that leads to life. If everybody got a job, even those Russians, even those Africans that Donald Trump just brought over here, they got. Even if you want to keep them over here, cool. Everybody get a job of their choosing. They choose the job they want. I choose the job, you choose the job, y'all choose the job, everybody choose the job you want. And the job you want that you're looking for is one that you love, which is certified by the joy that you get from it that the world can't give and the world can't take away. I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, because in that process, as you exercise your gifts in these, well, let me just put that I don't want to confuse you. As you work, you're gonna be making everything the people have decided that they need, want, and desire. And you're making it in an abundance where they can have at least what they want. And it doesn't cost them a penny. The resources are free. The labor is to those who are going to enjoy the benefits thereof. And there ain't no cost beyond that. All of y'all who out there racing for money, trying to get money, want more money, why don't you just clean out your account and move somewhere where sin is running wild, where evil is running wild, where pain and suffering is running wild, racism and bigotry. Take your money and go on over there because it doesn't have any purpose here. We are beyond that. At least people that you're listening to me, I'm speaking as though we have already come there. I know if I can, you can. And I know if I have, you will. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time.